Hello everyone, this is Enzo Eigen, the Alliance for Loki, and we're up to war number 10, and I'm going in with Omega Sentinel, Negasonic Teenage Mutant Warhead, and Wiccan. So I noticed here when I was taking Omega Sentinel, I did not have a relic on her, so I had to quickly go and get a relic, but we'll skip through all this. It's one of the things about war is always making sure I have a relic. So here's his first node. It's against Terrax, and my second fight is against Sentinel. And this Terrax, nothing's too... Oh, actually, that's the node for Sentinel. I was looking at that before I boosted up and went to this against this Terrax. So this Terrax, the thing about this is every 10 hits on your combo meter, he gets a falter. So that was the only thing I was super concerned about. I didn't think anything else was too worrisome on this node. So I'm going, of course, with Wiccan. I'm just trying to be careful about the 10 hits. And so other than that, I'm going to just play sort of as normal. And so go in, do a 5-hit combo, get the light on, just so I can, of course, start the neutralize. And then I'm going to pause it by ending with medium. And now I'm at 10 hits. You can see the falters on me, so I'm waiting for that, which is fine because I had to wait out the expire anyway. I go ahead and get the casting shield on because when he throws his special, he's going to be unblockable. So I want to make sure I had the casting shield on and was ready for that. Once again, the falter's on me. It's perfect. He is throwing a special. He's unblockable, but it doesn't matter. And here I'm at 25 hits and I throw my SP2 and guess what? It falters at the end. When it falters, he gains a bunch of power. I guess I needed to count a little more closely. I thought it was less than 5 hits. 5 hits or less. But it's still connected enough to do a lot of degen damage, and yeah, he's pretty well finished here. Once again, I had to wait out the falter. It's fine, and I go ahead and decide to go for it. This time I throw with 14, and 14 still would have gotten me the falter. So yeah, I need to count his SP2. It looks like it's 7 hits, which is a lot for a special. Anyway, my next fight is a Mega Sentinel against Mr. Sinister. I'm a little worried about this fight only because when you hit them, there's a chance he gets a bleed. And of course, there it is, a phantom bleed right there. Everything else I'm not too worried about, but I'm going to put on my heal block and yeah, just try basically push him to SP2 every time and keep the heal block up and put on the incinerates. And so it wasn't too sure. Well, I guess I was a little worried about this fight. I wasn't too sure how it'd go other than... You know, I figured if he threw an SP1, that would be pretty bad. So here I just wait right below it, and then I go into him again. I got lots of exhaustions on me, but I'm not too worried about the exhaustions. If anything, they're giving me a little bit of healing. So he's at his SP2. He throws it. Fine. I go ahead and race to my SP1. You see I'm doing my best to try to keep the heal block up. And so I'm often using the lights to end, beat out his heavy attack, and then keep on the lights. And I also got my disintegration on. They're doing pretty good damage. What am I up to? About 1600 a tick, and so that's nice. Yeah, just going right along. Here comes the use of my relic that I put on. Did not have that a few minutes ago, but luckily I remembered to put it on. Always so important to put on the war boost. And then I throw my my special, get more of the incinerates on him. It's doing lots of damage here. It's pretty good. And so now I go in, finish with a light just because I wanted to refresh anything. Here he throws his SP1 and he gets rid of them all. But I think because of one of Mega Sentinel's abilities, she doesn't get the debuffs, which I was a little surprised. Actually, I think I'm really lucky. Probably would have had, throws it again, he probably would have had like 20 degens on me. So I think a Mega Sentinel is immune to those. Anyway, I'm sure my officers were smart enough to give me the correct fight, but I need to look at that because I was a little surprised. I was like, uh-oh, big mistake. But it turned out it didn't matter. What if it has to do with your ability accuracy? Well, if you have enough ability accuracy resistance, you don't get it thrown on them like most tech champions don't. Something I need to look at. Okay, off we are to path number 8. And so having a Tuma here, again, have the perfect counter for a Tuma. I'm trying to remember what this node is. I don't think this node was too much I had to worry about. Let's see, what is the node? The node is this, inevitable power. So a little worried about his power gain. Gets 25% every 15 seconds. One-eyed open, I was like, okay, no blocking. And the protection, so I have to knock him down to get the protection. Okay, I was like, fine. Okay, all this seemed okay. And wasn't too worried about this fight. I mean, Negasonic's such a good counter. Go ahead and absorb the the hit there. And now just starting to get him to his SP1, so I'm just going to keep on baiting these out and then keep on just getting my incinerates up. I mean, that's nothing more I was really too concerned about. Have the unblockable from the attack tactic. I don't really even think about that too much. Again, just he's gaining power, but it's not so much power and sort of a slow gain, so I'm not too worried about the power gain. But I am going to bait out this SP1 before I throw my special 2, do my 2-finger technique. Always gives me 16. Now he's plenty of incinerates on him. He's not taking down that quick, but enough. And so just using my lights now to pause it, and almost at an SP1. His power gain stops right below second bar power. Again, just usual dance around, but he's doing 2,000 per tick. He's not gaining much power, and so great. That is the end of this fight. And now my last fight. My last fight actually I felt like was the one I was most worried about. I'm going in with a Mega Sentinel, who is not the perfect counter to Warlock. I mean, many counters are good. She does have a nice number of buffs, which will help. I don't know if it's unique buffs or a number of buffs. Has the one I opened again, and so once again, I have to just try not to stun him too often. And it does have the protection unless he's knocked down. So that's the only thing I want to occasionally heavy him for, which I'm not too worried, even though with the one I'd open, just because it'll do some damage. So here I heavy him, and now the protection's gone. Now I just crazily enough, I don't know what I was thinking. I totally parried him again. I think I forgot like mid-fight not to parry him. It happens. And so he throws his SP1, fine. I'm not going to try to counter it. He's almost off his protection. And so I was sort of thinking, okay, what am I going to do? And I decided to go ahead and knock him down again. I feel like I need to knock him down every so often to get his protection. Right about here I was a little worried just because I had not done too much damage. And he had done a fair amount, though mostly, to be fair, was self-inflicted. Now I'm trying to bait out the SP1. This was getting a little nervous because he didn't seem like he wanted to throw his SP1 anytime soon. So yeah, this wasn't very good. I was worried about being backed into the corner and just taking a lot of hits. Anyway, he throws his SP2 finally. I retaliate, and then I'm going to knock him down, which I don't think affects me. Yeah, because I think it has to be a stun debuff. The relic seems to be okay to use that stun to get the knockdown. So anyway, here we are again. He's at his SP2, trying to bait out of him. He happily throws it. And here I go again, trying to get more incinerates on him. Sort of a slow fight, and he gets his protection right up at the end. It's going to go away once I knock him down. Again, doing pretty decent incinerates. And right here I go ahead and pause my incinerates, push him to his SP2. And now just waiting for this again, and here it comes. He's almost out of protection, but I feel like a 5-hit combo and pause his incinerates, which I do. And now he's once again with the protection on. So I throw my relic. I'm going to knock him down. I think finally about this point I felt okay with this fight. It's slow, but at least he throws his SP2. I can counterattack it. I get my my pause on for the debuffs. I throw my special. He has not a whole lot more, but some incinerates on him still, and I push him again to his SP2. Once again, has the protection on, but I'm not too worried about it. So at this point, I feel like, okay, better parry him one more time, put on the heavy, knock him down, and then go to work on him. Right, the protection's down, so we managed to pause and keeps the incinerates going. Get a sneaky intercept there. Can't say I exactly love to intercept, but now sometimes they just feel right, and so I got that one in there. And so there it is, the war number 10, 4 fights, 4 victories. I would say this is the most confident I've felt in war, even though the matchups, are always difficult, but overall I felt pretty confident in them. Had good matchups, and yeah, everything went really well. We've done really well this war. So against APO, who I know a few people in the alliance from Battlegrounds, and we haven't finished the war yet, but we're ahead, and I think we're going to win it. And overall, I think we've done much better. I think we might have like 5 or less deaths this war, which will be our best of the season. My Arnim Zola does have at least 1 kill, so I'm happy for my rank 4 to get a kill. And yeah, 2 more wars left after this, and then we can take a rest from the stress. And so hope you enjoyed this video, and of course I'll see you again very soon, either live or in another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.